Good morning. We're going to be looking at a car boot find that I've had this past week. I haven't been to a car boot for probably a couple of years, to be honest. But I'm certainly missing my toy fairs because of the lockdown. But the car boots have started to open, so I thought, okay, we'll have a trip out. It's outside, so that's good as well. And obviously we had our masks, etc. So you never know, you might get a bargain. To be honest, I don't think it's something I'll be going to very often because I don't think you get that many bargains. But I did get some bargains. I shouldn't say you don't. But it was a long way to, there was a lot of stores that were quite disappointing, to be perfectly honest. Now, I've tried to film this way on because I thought you might like to have a little nosy at some of my girls. If I can just sort of tip the camera up. There we go, that's my smart doll shelf there, and then that's my mix shelf at the bottom there, which I sort of use if I'm for modelling and things like that and measuring things out. So I've got a bit of light coming in this side, so I hope it's not going to interfere too much. This is my new camera for front facing as well on my phone, so I'm hoping it should be a little bit clearer because I know my other one, it looked a bit blurry. Perhaps blurry is good, I don't know. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things. You can probably see one of them, it's sat here. This is not something I intended on buying, but it was there and it was the only Cindy thing I found, so I had to have it. Of course I had to have it. Here is the box. So it's an old tatty box. The box is in a bad way, but I don't keep boxes generally. But here we are. So you can't see me now, you can see the box. Now it is just the caravan that I've got, so I'll show you the caravan. It is here. It is in a really, really good condition. I will turn it round because you can see the door and everything the other way around. Woo, there we go. So again, I will peep at you through the caravan. So you can see the caravan there. I've had some good fun taking some photos with these. We have a little opening door here, so the door does open. And there's some very basic furnishings inside, like some little sofas and a little fold-out table and things like that. So I've had a bit of fun taking photos with this. It's been great. But as I mentioned on the photos, and as the dolls mentioned on the photos, we have no car. It's not something I've got. There is an Action Man car somewhere, which is from when my son had them. I know my granddaughter's got a Barbie car, but I haven't got a Cindy car, so I need to think about that. As much as it shows a buggy, it does actually show a buggy, doesn't it, on here? So yeah, so you can see, oh, not myself unconscious. It shows the buggy on there. But somebody else mentioned a Mini, that I need a Mini, so I don't really know what car I need. So I'm not going to rush about it. I'm going to have a look round and see how I go, because I wasn't planning on doing any of the photos just yet, so we're okay on that. Now, another bargain I got. Now, fair enough, I don't know whether I paid the right money for this or not. I did pay £15 for this. I think that's reasonable. I don't know, some might think that's expensive, some might think it's really cheap. I don't know, I couldn't find many comparisons on eBay to work it out, but I'm pleased with it. I don't think that's a lot. But this little thing, now I was looking along for a doll, really, wasn't I? Of course I was. But they're mainly sort of your Barbies, maybe, well, I didn't even see a Monster High this time, maybe you're just modern dolls or the cheaper dolls. And I like some Barbies, as you know, I do have some Barbies, but I'm not going to be, oh, I need a Barbie. It's only if I see a special one that takes my fancy. But there was a pile of dolls looking very tatty, and all of a sudden I saw this scruffy bit of hair sticking out, and I could see the little face. There we go. And I'm like, it's very similar to the small dolls I've got for Cindy. So I'm like, who is it? So I picked it up anyway, and I thought, well, let's see how much she's going to say. So I says, how much? She says, 50 pence. I went, I will have it. So I took her home, hadn't got a clue who she was. Let's get a proper view of her now. There she is. She's so cute and so dirty and filthy, but she's even got her little shoes. And when I actually did a bit of research, she's in her original outfit and she's called Matilda. There was a big clue on the bottom of the shoe. It says Matilda. So I was able to research, but there wasn't anything. I don't think there's anything really on her body. And there's an M, which I presume is for the Matilda, but I didn't know what a Matilda was at that point. And if I remember rightly, it says 1979. So I had a little research on there. And yes, she is actually a collectible little doll. So I think she's really cute, as much as she looks very scruffy. Hair looks like, well, I don't know what at the moment, but I've not washed her because I wanted to sort of do the video first to show you. But she is somewhat tatty. The press studs, for example, on the back of her dress have completely rusted off. So I don't think if I can't get the press studs off, the dress is going to unfortunately go to the wayside. But it is an original dress and original shoes. It's nice to get shoes. A lot of dolls you find out there's no shoes, and then you're searching around trying to find matching shoes if you're wanting a complete outfit. I don't worry too much because I do make the items as well. I'm quite happy to modernise my dolls up. So she's going to be getting a cute little crochet dress when she's had a good bath, and I think all her hair's there. I think it's a case of giving it a good shampoo. It's probably never ever had any TLC. Obviously some child well loved it and played with her so nicely. And then obviously they get very scruffy, but she's got all her facial features and things like that. So you have another little look, because it doesn't seem to, I think the camera is working better. I really do hope it is. I hope I'm not going to do this video and have to redo it all. But yeah, you can see she's got a really sweet little face. I think it said she was Palatoy. Please correct me if I'm wrong there. But I think it said she was a Palatoy. She was made in 1979, and she's called Matilda, which I do know is correct. And I have seen a couple on eBay. I certainly got a bargain for 50p. She's not a lot on eBay, but you can get all sorts of furniture and everything. Who knew? I didn't know anything about this doll, but she is quite cute. So we'll pop Matilda to one side. And then another little bargain. Now, she's not technically a doll item. It's probably a piece of ornamentation of some sort. But I got this. Oh, if I can hold it quite still, can you see? And we know little wheels do go. There is a few chips out of the wheels there. I'm not so sure whether it's actually just wants pushing together because it's like a rubber tube. But it's perfect Pippa size. So again, when I ever get my house finished, it does actually have floors in it now. I do have a separate doll's house, but there was this one that we're trying to renovate up, and I've chopped it in half because I wanted better for photos and all that sort of thing. So it had no floors, it had no nothing. We bought it from a charity shop. I think we paid about £15, £20, if that. And it had been used as a hamster cage. They'd even put wire in for the animals and everything, which is sort of cute, I think. I don't know whether it is good for the animal, but it was totally destroyed really when we got it. But I love the front of it, so that is what we were working on. So when it's done, she can have a little push bike, or I could do some cool photos with her outside, because obviously because her knees bend, I'll be able to pop her on. Obviously this bit doesn't work or anything, but it's a really cool little prop, so I'm really pleased with that one. And that cost me 99p, a bargain. I will put that one down. Now, I don't know which to go first. I'm going to wait that one. I know what I'm going next with. Now, there was a stall that had some chairs, and I saw one at chairs. And I'm like, oh, that's rather cool. I like that. It looked nice for displays. Now, this is the chair. How nice is that little sofa? It is very scuffed. The woodwork does need some work on it, but the fabric's all in place. It seems, I thought perhaps it was a jewellery box or something, but it's not. It's an actual little chair. So I said to the gentleman, how much? And he says, oh, I'm selling them as a set. Now this is the rest. A little blue chair. None of them match colour-wise, which is a shame. And we have a little chaise here as well, which I thought might be quite cool for some of the posing with the dolls. Again, the fabrics are all really good, but the wood is scuffed. A little bit of sanding, maybe. I'm not quite sure whether we're going to have to take it all the way down because it's quite thick varnish on this, but we will do something with it. So we had one, we had two, we had three, and I'm like, I don't really want three. But he insisted he was selling it. I said, so how much? And he said £20. And I sort of just pulled his face. Like I do. Because I'm like, yeah, okay, they're nice, but they do need some work on them. So I said to him, I'll have a think about it. He says, oh, make me an offer, make me an offer. So I didn't straight away. We walked off and we disappeared. But I got my heart set on this one. I just love the red colours. I thought fabulous for my Cindy. In fact, I've got a Cindy here. Let me just grab her. And look at that. Look at that cool sofa that she's got. It looks very lush. Needs a bit of work. And like I say, on the chaise I thought was quite fun because you sort of have some sort of lounging about photo. So they're quite cool. So I did cave. I did give him an offer. I offered £15 and he accepted it. I still think I did pay a little bit too much. But how often am I going to find chairs like this? Now, there was a little label. Now, that is the label. So I don't know whether they did come with them perhaps a teddy bear sat on them, or a different doll. It just says Stuart Ross, should I say, fine gift wear. I can't speak today. I was like this when I did my crochet video earlier. Vanity Fair. I don't know. I suspect they do look a little bit sort of 1980s, 90s sort of thing. But they must have had something sat in them. I don't know why. If it was jewellery box or something, I'd get it. But I don't see why somebody would just have a little seat sat on the side. But I do think they're rather cool. And I think if I can make some nice backgrounds, which is something I really need to work on, they will make really nice seats. Again, I've got a Cindy in there, but a Barbie, my pull-ups, my fakey Blythes, anything like that is still going to fit in there. And I think they'll make great photos. Almost looks like a bit of a throne, that one, doesn't it? We just need to do a little bit of work, but thankfully the fabric is in good condition. So I'll pop that one down there. And the last one, this is actually two popped together, is this in this little old margarine tub. Now, the first part I will just take out because it is separate, and then I'll show you what's in the margarine tub. What is in the first one, now this was a little package sat on the side, and they wanted £1 for it. Now, let me get all the bits. Where's the other one? And basically, it's some guys' shoes. Now, there's no name on them, so I really don't know. They look a bit small for Action Man. I don't know, perhaps that could be a Disney doll. It's sort of you can imagine sort of one of the guy dolls wearing that. And even the boots, I absolutely love these boots. Look at the shape again. It's got a slight fantasy sort of look to it, so it could easily be perhaps from one of the Disney dolls or something like that. If you know, please give me a shout in the comments. So basically we have a pair of guys sort of slip-on shoes, the pair of boots, and then these green, almost like a pixie type boot. But again, there's nothing written on them at all, apart from L1 for one of them. So you've got obviously left and we've got right there. But they were 99p again. I think it was 99p a pound. I can't remember what he said. It might have been a pound. But they were just in a little scruffy carrier bag. And I thought, well, my guys haven't really got any shoes. Not that I've got many boy dolls, but I thought, well, they'll come in handy somewhere. And who could resist it for that price? And then came this one. And again, we have shoes. Lots and lots of shoes. So I saw it and I could see fair enough. Some of them might be cheap shoes. Some of them might be sort of genuine, sort of from different dolls. I didn't have time to rummage because you don't at these things. So I just thought, go on, how much? So I said, how much for the box? He said £3. And I'm like, well, they could all be odds. I really don't know. But I thought, this was the first buy. I thought, I've not bought anything yet. I've got to buy something. So I bought them, and, oh, they're all falling out. They're all pairs. Now, I'll show you some of them. We've got these big boots. Now, they've got to be from a doll that one of you at least recognise. I don't. But how cool are they? I think they go all the way in. So I've not tried them on any of my girls, but they look like sort of nice, sort of funky boots there. I won't go through all of them. There are dozens and dozens of them. We have some little slip-on things which look Barbie shape for the foot. But apart from that, there are actually, these are quite cool. It's like trainers. They're quite cool. I quite like them. Because most of them have got the splits in the back. They're quite easy to get on. But then there are some tiny ones as well. Look at these. And they fit Pippa and little Cindy. And they are really hard to get shoes for. So that, just for those two tiny weeny boots, it was worth it. I'm not quite sure what they'd wear them for. They look like pirate boots, something like that. There are lots of other little bits in here. Some, oh, actually, there's some more guys' shoes. Anybody recognise those? Nothing written on them, but I'm pretty sure that they would fit Paul or Ken, or there could be Ken shoes, couldn't they? I suspect, but they are nice again, little pump type shoes. Now, as I say, I'm not going to hold all these up. I will just try and sort of, ooh, you can see they're all falling out. There is a nice selection of shoes. Some of them will fit, some of them won't. But what was nice is there are little tiny weenie shoes. So in fact, I know a tiny weenie doll who would wear those. So I'm probably going to get quite a lot out of that. some quite sort of old, sort of little, sort of simple plastic shoes. I can remember having a few like that. But oh my god, there's some pair of stilettos there. They're very sort of very pointy, very tiny weeny feet. Them, very narrow feet. So it could be for a cheaper doll. It could be for an old Barbie, something like that. But yeah, we got all sorts. There are shoes for days. I've got a little, I think I've got a bit of a problem. Ah, I nearly dropped it then. I think I've got a problem. They're cute. Little tiny weeny jelly sandals. And again, they're gonna, I mean, would they be Shelley? Somebody like that? Or they changed her name, didn't they? Can't remember. I'm sure it was Shelley when my daughter was young and she had them. But they're going to be that sort of doll. I don't know who they are. They look a little bit small. A little peep toe shoe. But yeah, I've got a bit of a thing for shoes. Not for me, for the dolls. I lack shoes considerably for me, and I will wear them till they drop off my feet because I refuse to sort of keep buying them. I do like them, but it's silly really because I see them as an unnecessary expense, and I manage sometimes make do a little bit, but then I'll go and buy shoes for the dolls. Yes, I know. I get into trouble for that sometimes. Oh, you pay so much for some doll shoes, but you don't go and get yourself some. I do need to do that sometimes. It's a good idea to have some shoes. So we had this great box of just shoes. And then I had the guy's shoes as well. So I put them all in the same box. So I don't think really, I'm saying I saw no bargains, but now I look back, I think I did pretty well, really. I had my shoes. I had my chairs, I had my bike, which I think is absolutely gorgeous, and I had my cute little Matilda that needs some work doing. So now I've shown her to you. She's going to have a wash because I've got another Cindy, not the vintage year I collect a little bit later. She needs some work on. She was a present, but her hair needs tidying up, so I do need to wash her hair as well. So I think we may have to have a dolly spa this afternoon. And of course I got my caravan that has no car. If you follow my Instagram or my Facebook or anything like that, you'll see I put these, I like a little caption sort of set of photos where the dolls are cleaning the caravan and etc. But then at the end they say, oh, we haven't got a car, so how are we going to go anywhere? So I will plan on doing another sort of set of photos at some point. Like I say, we might have to pinch Action Man's. He's got like a Jeep. Because at Barbie's we could, but it's like a pink sort of Corvette type. So I might leave that one alone and we might go for that one. I don't know yet. I've got so many pictures to do in my head and things to sort out. I just thought I'd share with you my car boot bargains. I won't be going to a car boot, I don't think, anytime soon. I think it's one of those things where we live. I know some people have come back with the most amazing bargains. I'm like, how on earth did you find that? It's luck of the draw, isn't it? I think it would be maybe once every 6 months, once a year. I'm not going to sort of make that long journey that we made, just in case. Perhaps if we had one more local, it would be a little bit easier, but I'm not going to bother. I'm waiting now for the toy fairs to open. We do have one, I think it's in June, no, June, we're in June now, I think it's August. So I'm saving a few pennies for that. Because I have had a few bargains at that. But I do find on average the toy fairs are a little bit boy toyish. So there are more trains and cars than there are dolls. But I have had some, this particular one I go to, I have had some bargains, and I have got Cindy's and Pippa and things like that. So they're definitely worth it just for that handful of stalls that are there. And it's a nice environment. Everybody likes the same sort of things. They're all collectors. They're all enjoying life with it. And I know my son was saying, oh, do you really want to be going to one with the pandemic and that? But to be honest, a lot of collectors are my age and up, and 99% of us will be fully vaccinated by then. I know I've had my first vaccine, I've got a second one to come, but I was later because I had to have surgery. I wasn't allowed my vaccine when the time came, so I had to wait X amount of time before I actually had my first vaccine. So I'm a little bit sort of later than most people for my age group. But hopefully I would wear a mask. It is indoor, but it's a massive venue. But I would definitely be wearing my mask anyway. I'll make sure I take my hand sanitizer with me. And fingers crossed things are going to get better and better, which we do seem to be relatively lucky in this country to be showing that we are getting improvement. But you never know with this virus. We don't know what's happening, do we really? So we just got to take one day at a time and enjoy what we can when we can. And at least we're able to see a few of our friends now. So thank you very much for watching. Just a little a review even, just to sort of show what I actually got out of the car boot. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye for now.